Good evening. We are bringing you commentary of England versus Germany from the Nations League. I'm your alternative commentator, Ryan Madden, and you are listening to the Commentary Hub. It is the final match week for the Nations League, the final fixture for both sides, and this is the team news. Two changes for England. Nick Pope keeps his place in goal. A back three of Eric Dyer, John Stones, and Harry Maguire, with the wing backs being Luke Shaw and Reece James. Midfield two of Declan Rice and 19-year-old Jude Bellingham, and a front three of Raheem Sterling, who starts on the left-hand side this evening, with Phil Foden on the right, and the captain Harry Kane, of course, keeps his place up front. The substitutions for England this evening are Aaron Ramsdale, Dean Henderson, Kieran Trippier, Jordan Henderson, Kyle Walker, Connor Cody, Mark Dookie, Bukayo Saka, Mason Mount, and Ivan Toney, Ben Chilwell, and Tammy Abraham. The Germany team tonight are in goal Marc-Andre ter Stegen, back four of David Raum, Nico Slaughterbeck, Nicholas Schuler, and Theo Kelleher. Midfield of Joshua Kimmich, and Ilkay Gundogan, with Leroy Sané out on the left, Jonas Hoffman out on the right, and Jamel Musiala at the attacking midfield. And as a false nine tonight, they are playing Kai Havertz, Germany, with the substitutions on offer for Germany are Baumann, Kevin Trapp, Marcus Ginter, Arnold, Timo Werner, Serge Gnabry, Thomas Müller, Hendricks, Bella Kotchep, and Gosens, as we get ready for both national anthems to be played here at a sold-out Wembley. They will start off with the national anthem of Germany. national anthems of England and Germany. Not included for England tonight, Jack Grealish, who is suspended, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Gerard Bowen, Fikayo Tomori, and James Ward-Prowse were all exiled from the matchday squad this evening to not make the final squad for tonight's game. And some news about Germany. Antonio Rudiger was suspended, so he missed out. Lucas Nmecha was ruled out with a knee injury, and Manuel Neuer, Leon Goretzka, and Julian Brandt all pulled out of the Germany squad due to sickness. The referee this evening is Danny Mekelele. The referee is from the Netherlands. And the fourth official is Sander van der Ejak, with the assistants Hassel Stikwa and Juan de Vries. With the VAR officials tonight are Paul van Bokel. Yep, so that is all of the officials. Of course, the Nations League campaign for both sides have not been very friendly for either side, as both England and Germany are both third and fourth in their respective groups. England without a win in the Nations League, and it looks like we're about to have a minute's silence in respect for Her Majesty the Queen, who, of course, sadly passed away over a fortnight ago. Representative from Germany and England laying wreaths in respect for Her Majesty the Queen. There's about to be a minute's silence. And its silence was respectfully observed by both sets of supporters and, of course, the players as well, which is great to see. As I mentioned, England and Germany not in the best of form, both of them, with a World Cup right around the corner, a couple months away. It will be Germany kicking us off with Jamal Musiala, who, of course, did play for the England under-21 setup, was a former Chelsea Youth Academy player as well, now playing for Bayern Munich and playing very well for them in the Bundesliga, and of course did a couple of years ago decide to play for Germany, as it will be Germany that kick us off. And despite uh, both teams not exactly being in the best of form, England versus Germany still one of the most fiercest rivalries in the international game. As we kick off here at the packed out Wembley Stadium, it will be Germany kicking us off from right to left. England playing in their all-red new away kit, with Germany in a white and black striped kit. As the ball comes back to England now, Maguire kicked it away, has cleared it away. It looks like Harry Kane has been fouled right on the halfway line, or the referee's blown for something here. We're just going to double check what that's for. It's actually a foul from Harry Kane. He seemed to have pulled his arm back across Nico Schlotterbeck, the Germany centre half, and free kick was given to Germany right on the halfway as they're passing it round the back right now. It's a good pressing from England from the start, around 50 seconds in. Of course, England versus Germany, England 0, Germany 0. You are listening to Ryan Madden. I am your alternative commentator for this match for the Commentary Hub. And that's well intercepted there by Luke Shaw, who looks to find Raheem Sterling. He's fortunately got a heavy touch there, and Germany are back in possession, but now they've lost it once again, and Raheem Sterling wins the ball back. It's Sterling. Now out to Harry Kane. Well-timed tackle there by Schlotterbeck, but the ball's still with England now with Reece James. Jude Bellingham back to Luke Shaw. And it's now with Harry Maguire for England. A man who was heavily criticised by supporters, but Gareth Southgate still heavily backed the England centre-half to be one of his main plans for the World Cup. But now the ball's with Harry Kane in the crossing position. It's well blocked and allows England, well, it's not a corner, it's just out of play there for a throw-in. But Gareth Southgate has said in his post-match for the Italy game that to judge him on the World Cup and not so much these Nations League results, but a win against Germany would do him wonders in preparation for the World Cup in Qatar in 2 months' time. The ball is now back with Harry Maguire as England try to find a way through the German defence. It's now back to Eric Dyer, who's returned to the England fold, did start against Italy and is playing again tonight at a packed out Wembley Stadium. And now is now back with Nick Pope in the England goal. His kick has gone straight out of play for a throw-in to Germany. It's Bio Kaiher who's took the throw-in there for Germany, the West Ham defender. It come back to Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Germany try and pass the ball around the back now. It's now back with ter Stegen for Germany. Now to Nico Schlotterbeck. As Germany look to try and enjoy a bit of a period on the ball now, around 3 minutes played. Germany enjoying a bit of a period on the ball now at the moment. You can see it's Cahill who's been intercepted there by his West Ham teammate Declan Rice as Raheem Sterling looks to try and get the ball out, but he's been well dispossessed there by Jonas Hoffmann. As I mentioned, Germany under a little bit of pressure themselves. They lost their last Nations League game in a 1-0 defeat to Hungary at home in the last international break. A lot of teams actually haven't really performed very well in the Nations League. France have struggled. Of course, England have struggled as well as Germany. So it might not be the best indication for how teams will do in the World Cup. As it's now Reece James on the ball for England. Now to Jude Bellingham. I'm sure we'll know a few of these German players from playing in the Bundesliga. Now it's back to John Stones, to Bellingham. James, Bellingham. A little bit of pressure here, Jude Bellingham, but it's done well to get it back there to John Stones, who's now got it back to Nick Pope. He's cleared the ball away. Now the ball's come back out to Harry Kane, who's looking for that out ball to Luke Shaw. Bit of a heavy pass there by Harry Kane, and the ball is out of play for a Germany throw-in. Make sure you stay followed to our Twitter page at Commentary Live 1 on Twitter. We put all our updates up so then you know exactly when we are putting out alternative commentary. And also, why not follow our Facebook page? Go to facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. The foreign here taken quickly. Raheem Sterling looking to press the Germany goalkeeper here, who's passed it around the back successfully but David Rahn, the fullback there for Germany, has been dispossessed there by Reece James, but he's won his team the throw-in. And as it stands, they haven't really given any chances so far, but Germany are looking to find a bit of space here. They've now got the ball with Alkay Gundogan, who's looked to be dispossessed there by Rice, but still on the ball now is Gundogan. Out to Hoffman. The ball is now with Joshua Kimmich. Now back to Gundogan. And that's another heavy touch now from one of the German players. I believe that was Nico Schlotterbeck, and the ball's now out of play now for a throw into England. And that's kind of summed up the opening 6.5 minutes of the game. Both sides, as I mentioned, not really coming into this game with a lot of confidence, and it's been clear to see for the opening 6 minutes. It'll be crucial to see who will get the first goal in this game, and it might just boost either side's confidence, whoever does score. Of course, 90,000 people here at Wembley. Quite a few German fans as well, but of course the majority will be England fans who will be hoping for a response after the 1-0 defeat to Italy last Friday. As it's now Germany on the ball, enjoying a bit of a spell of possession here with Hoffman. Now back to Schlotterbeck. Now to Niklas Süle, another Bayern Munich player there for Germany. Declan Rice couldn't quite keep hold of the ball. Now it's Jamal Musiala. And it's good interception there by Jude Bellingham. And England now potential counter-attack now with Phil Foden. He's got two up with him. He's got the ball now to Harry Kane. More of a crossing position here for Harry. He's got the cross in. He's looking for that ball back to Phil Foden. Just too far for the Manchester City forward. And he's going to have to play for a goal kick. But much better there for England. Jude Bellingham winning the ball back in midfield. With looking to play the 1-2 there with Foden and Harry Kane. I think it almost had to be Phil Foden crossing it into Kane, not Foden crossing, not Kane crossing to Foden, which it ended up being in the end. And as I mentioned, it was a goal kick which was taken there by Germany. They've got the ball in their defensive half at the moment, with England trying to press on, but not really playing with that much intent so far. England. Of course, Ivan Toney is on the bench for England. If he does come on, it will be his first cap in an England shirt. So it'll be interesting to see if Gareth Southgate does potentially bring him on in the second half. A player who's full of goals in the Premier League for Brentford at the moment. Germany still on the ball now with Alkay Gundogan, with a lot of players back here for England. It's Kaiher for Germany. Cross comes in, headed away by Eric Dyer, and it will be the first corner of the game, and it does go to the visitors, Germany. It was a good cross there by Kaiher, the West Ham defender. It was a bit easy though for Eric Dyer, who's headed it back away for a corner. His 48th cap for England, Eric Dyer. After being out of the team for quite some time, his performances under Antonio Conte Spurs has provided him a chance to get back into the England team. Of course, he played against Italy on Friday. He also starts again tonight against Germany. Cross comes in now from Rahn. Now Kai Havertz couldn't quite get on the... It's come all the way back to Kai Havertz, who's now lost the ball out to John Stones out wide. It was a bit of a waste of a corner there for Germany. John Stones looking for that pass to Raheem Sterling to almost slice through the defence there. Or he was looking for the pass to, I think it was Phil Foden there. As still England on the ball now. Bit of a heavy touch there by Kane, and England just lose out there. Dyer heads it away from Kai Havertz, who was ready to pounce on a potential counter-attack. Now the ball is with Manchester United captain Harry Maguire. He's passed it through there to Reece James. He's now back to John Stones, who's going to pass it back to Nick Pope, who is another player who could potentially have his chances potentially start. Of course, you've seen Jordan Pickford would be assuring for the number one spot for England at the World Cup. And as I say that, Nick Pope's actually slipped there, and the ball's back now with Jeremy. It's okay, Gundogan there with the shot. I mentioned Nick Pope was impressive there, but he was very nearly caught out by Jonas Hoffman. Took a heavy touch for the goal kick, and the German forwards almost capitalised on that. He's got the ball back out,
but it's gone straight to a Germany player, and luckily Ilkay Gundogan's shot for Nick Pope's sake was well over the bar, but nearly a mistake there by the Newcastle United shot stopper, who I just mentioned, had a very good start to his campaign for his new club, Newcastle, of course, joined from Burnley. Goal kick, though, taken there by Nick Pope. Gone straight back to a German player as Harry Kane looks to press the ball here for England. It's now back with Marc-Andre ter Stegen in the German goal. Now to Slotterbeck. It's headed back there by Luke Shaw. Declan Rice wins the ball back in midfield there. It almost looked like they were going to be dispossessed there, but Rice did well. Now it's out on the left with Raheem Sterling. He's been doubled up on there a little bit, but he's still doing well. Sterling forces the throw in. Was doubled up on there by Joshua Kimmich and Philo Kaiher. So it was good defended there by Germany as England have the throw with Luke Shaw. Shaw with the throw for England. 12 minutes played. England 0, Germany 0. I'll read it on 1-2 this now with Sterling. Back to Kane. Looking to find Sterling once again. But it was Kaiher once again who covered Raheem Sterling very well. And it's out of play for yet another throw-in for England. Luke Shaw looks to be over it once again. We haven't had any clear-cut chances as of yet in the match for either side. Shaw with the throw out to Raheem Sterling. He's managed to find Declan Rice. Now the ball's back now with Luke Shaw. It's the attacking half here for England. Now the flag's up for offside there on the build-up from that throw-in. That was interesting to see where that was an offside for there. The throw was from... It definitely didn't look like it was in an offside position there. It was the Sterling pass to Declan Rice. The flag's up for offside, but it certainly looked like the replay was onside. It wouldn't have come to anything anyway, the chance, but neither of them looked to have got that decision wrong. Nonetheless, Germany here with the free kick. Ball's been dispossessed though, now out with Harry Maguire, who looks to find Raheem Sterling. That ball's a bit too heavy from Maguire to Raheem Sterling, who appreciates the pass nonetheless. It looks like Germany have had 61% of possession so far here at Wembley, with England having only 39% on their own patch. Of course, big thank you to our sponsors, of course, Commentary Services, who would like to thank our broadcast partners for this season, JB Sports and Storm FM. So big thank you to JB Sports and Storm FM to be our proud sponsors of the Commentary Services. Germany now look to try and find a way through once again. It's a lovely ball over the top, but it's well cleared away there by John Stones. Now Maguire looking to clear away, can't seem to cover his lines, and he was nearly put his side in trouble there, Harry Maguire, but it's come to nothing in the end. And I think it's actually the ball's come off Harry Maguire there for another corner here to Germany. England look to try and not finish this Nations League campaign without a win, and if they don't win tonight, they will have not won any of their Nations League fixtures. So they've got another corner to defend here, the second of the game that goes to Germany. And it will be Kimmich over the corner. It's crossed in. It's headed still into a dangerous position. Headed away by Maguire. Bellingham then tries to clear, but it's still not quite clear there for England. Harry Kane heads out, and then it's cleared away there by Raheem Sterling. Not really much of an outball there for England, and Germany now back on the ball, looking to continue their pressure. Ilkay Gundogan to Joshua Kimmich. Back to Kaiher. Now it's Hoffmann there for Germany. Slotterbeck. Nicholas Slur. Germany quite comfortable to play out from the back. Ilkay Gundogan. We know just how good he can be. Of course, Manchester City midfielder Ilkay Gundogan. Nico Slotterbeck. Back to Kaiher. Kaiher now to Gundogan looking to play the ball through. It's actually headed away there by Jude Bellingham, and it's out to play for a throw-in. Of course, there is another game in this Nations League group. That's Hungary versus Italy, and the winner of that game could potentially win the group. That game is still 0-0 between Hungary and Italy. I believe Hungary only need a draw in that one to guarantee top spots in the group. A free kick, I'm sorry, I completely missed this. A free kick was to be given to Germany and the ball was out of play for a throw in. But the referees pulled back for a free kick. That must have been an off the ball incident. Actually in a very dangerous position for Germany, just outside the box, probably around 25 yards out. And it's Ilkay Gundogan, Joshua Kimmich, and Leroy Sané all over this for Germany. This is a big, big chance here. Around 16 and a half minutes played, and England just setting up the wall there. Luke Shaw laying behind the England wall. We see a few teams try and set up that way. Germany, though, this looks like it's going to be dangerous over the free kick. The referee is not letting the free kick be taken just yet. He's just readjusting the wall. He's not happy with something, the referee. But Germany looking to take the free kick. It's Leroy Sané with the free kick, and it's well blocked by the England wall. The wall did its job. And now it's Raheem Sterling, Reece James looking to play that out. And it's being defended away there by Germany, and it's out to play for a throw-in. But didn't quite see what the foul was about there with Germany, so apologies for that. But I believe it must have been an off-the-ball foul, because I certainly didn't see at all why a foul was given there to Germany. Now it's Stones now out looking to try and get the ball to Sterling. It's been dispossessed. And then it looks like a free kick going to be given from a foul from Kai Havertz on Eric Dyer inside England's own half. 18 minutes played. You're listening to the commentary hub. I am your alternative commentator, Ryan Madden. England now with a free kick flicked over there by Eric Dyer. Doesn't come to anything in the end. It's come straight onto a Germany defender. I think that was Nico Schlotterbeck who gets it back to his keeper. Now it's Rahn to Okay Gundogan, nearly dispossessed there by Jude Bellingham. As Germany still continue their possessional play. It's back with Marc-Andre ter Stegen, the Barcelona goalkeeper. And to play it out to Kaiher. Now back with Gundogan. Now back with the Germany goalkeeper, Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Ter Stegen with a long ball over the top. It looks like it's going to go all the way through to the England goalkeeper, Nick Pope. Just lacking a little bit of quality here for both sides so far in the game. Just waiting for a little bit of a spark to happen. Leroy Sané looking to try and press Nick Pope, but he cleared it away comfortably in the end. Bit of pinball in the middle of the park at the moment. Both sides can't really seem to keep possession. Germany now looking to flick the ball over the top now to Kai Havertz. Still dispossessed there by Dyer. England back on the ball now. It's Dyer who clears the ball away. Now it's Bellingham who's been fouled there right in front of the referee by Okay Gundogan. And it's a free kick to England inside their own half. Clear foul there by Okay Gundogan. His arms were almost pushing Bellingham to the floor there. It was a clear foul, and it was a good decision there by the referee. Who is now back out with Dyer. John Stones. Bit of a 1-2 there with Declan Rice. Stones under a little bit of pressure here. But he's got it back to Eric Dyer. Dyer now to Maguire. Now to Luke Shaw. To Declan Rice. And that was a loose ball there by Shaw, and England could well be in trouble now. It's that back with Okay Gundogan. And now it's out to Kaiher. Kaiher to Kimmich. He's looking to try and get into more dangerous areas. Headed away there by Reece James. Now back with Declan Rice. Oh, and this could be a ball, and John Stones looking to pass that back to Nick Pope, and again was under a lot of pressure there, Nick Pope, and I don't think John Stones done him many favours whatsoever. It was Hoffman that was really trying to press. He looked to have injured himself there, Hoffman, trying to get the ball off Nick Pope. But yeah, John Stones didn't exactly help out his goalkeeper, but credit to Nick Pope, he's managed to clear that away under a hell of a lot of pressure there from Jonas Hoffman for Germany. And there was another cross here for Germany, but it's Luke Shaw that's managed to clear his lines well. Hasn't exactly got the intensity of an England versus Germany match. Of course, it's not as important, of course, as a World Cup match or a European match. But as I mentioned, England versus Germany, you always want to win these sort of matches. It's a big rivalry, international rivalry between England and Germany. And of course, the last time England faced Germany at Wembley, of course, was in Euro 2020, 2-0 win for England, goals from Sterling and Kane in the European Championships. As England, of course, got to the final, unfortunately did lose on penalties to Italy in that tournament. But good memories of matches against Germany in recent times. Of course, they did draw 1-1, and it's actually the only goal England have scored in this Nations League. Harry Kane from the penalty spot against Germany in Germany. As Luke Shaw now looking to get the ball into the box, been cleared away. As I mentioned, England's only goal in this Nations League campaign came against Germany in that 1-1 draw. Yet to score from open play in this Nations League campaign. Now it's John Stones looking for the ball over the top, looking to find Bellingham. At the moment, it just doesn't seem to want to stick for England. Bellingham trying his best. He's managed to flick it back to Harry Kane. He's looking for options in the box and can't find many. He's now got it back to Reece James. Been well dispossessed. It's poor play there from Reece James. And in Germany now looking for a counter-attack with Joshua Kimmich. Now out with Hoffman. On this right-hand side, he's got a hell of a lot of space here, Jonas Hoffman. As he looks to try and get this ball into the box. The ball comes in. He's still dangerous. It's blocked away there by Bellingham. It's cleared away as well by Harry Maguire. And it needed to be because there were options in that box for Germany. And that all came once again from Reece James being dispossessed, and Germany definitely trying to show their quality on a counter-attack, but thankfully for England, they didn't manage to capitalise. Stones missing the initial cross there. Certainly Germany of old times definitely could have punished England there, and they've given away a foul here as well. Jude Bellingham on Leroy Sané, and it's going to be a free kick just past the halfway. 24 minutes played. It's England 0, Germany 0. Neither side have really had any clear-cut chances so far in this Nations League fixture. But it's going to be a free kick in more of a crossing position this for the Germans. It's David Raum to take the free kick. Certainly many options in the box for him to choose from. It's David Raum who takes the free kick. It's headed away there by Stones. Now it's out with Maguire. Now Luke Shaw. Now England here have looked up, and now it's Luke Shaw looking to play in Raheem Sterling. It's a lovely ball from Shaw. Flick on side from Sterling. Great save from Marc-Andre ter Stegen, and that's probably the best chance of the game. It was a brilliant through ball there, and it was Raheem Sterling that looked to try and cut inside and score. England continuing, the ball did stay in play, and it looks like England will continue to press now. It's Bellingham. Bellingham there to Sterling. Sorry, Reece James. Now it's Sterling. Now it's back to. He can do it all, and it's nearly ended up in his own net there by Nico Kaiher. And England now starting to find some gaps in the Germany defence, and it was actually Phil Foden. It was something all combined in there nearly. Raheem Sterling to Foden, and Foden couldn't quite find Harry Kane. He's been cleared away by Kaiher. And it's out of play for England's first corner, but the best chance in the game certainly came to Raheem Sterling, and it was forced to save from ter Stegen. Now England with the corner. Reece James over the corner. Cross comes in. It's headed by John Stones. Almost in a more not on target, but the ball's still in play now with Jude Bellingham. Bellingham to Sterling. Of a little flick, now back to Bellingham, now back to Raheem Sterling, and it's been well blocked and it's out of play for another England corner as England look to try and turn the screw. It's definitely been better these last couple of minutes for England. It'll be Phil Foden over the corner. As the England fans certainly feel like they've got to get behind their team here. It's Phil Foden takes the corner. It's Kane with the header. It flicks away to will be dangerous still. Harry Kane on the volley, just wide of the post. That was a big chance there. But England certainly finding themselves with more chances now in the last couple of minutes. It definitely would have boosted their confidence. It came flicked out straight back to Kane once again on the volley. Sagan would have had no chance, but it was wide of the post in the end, and it went out of play for a goal kick. Going to Germany. Live update is there's been a goal in Hungary, and it is Hungary 0, Italy 1, which means as it stands in Group 3, it'll be Italy that top the Group 3 of the Nations League with 11 points, and Hungary with 10 points. So that's a live update from that game. To continue here for England, who have won the ball back, but just lost it again there with Raheem Sterling. Confirmation goal scorer was Giacomo Raspadori for Italy as they take the lead out from Hungary. But here, still at Wembley, it's England 0, Germany 0. You are listening to the Commentary Hub, and I am your alternative commentator for this match between England versus Germany. Harry Kane now on the ball for England. They can play through Raheem Sterling. Heavy touch from Sterling. He was just looking for a simple pass to Foden. He's got his head in his hands. He knows he could have done a hell of a lot better. If he plays in his former Manchester City teammate, because they used to be teammates now, Sterling at Chelsea. Heavy touch from the new Chelsea man, looking to find Phil Foden, and he had his head in his hands, and he's certainly frustrated because even he knows there could have done a hell of a lot better there, Raheem Sterling. The ball went out of play for a goal kick as Germany now looking to try and get up the pitch themselves. It's a lovely ball from Kimmich to Havertz, dispossessed there by Maguire, who stayed down on the floor. He looks to be in some discomfort there, Harry Maguire. The throwing was taken there though by Germany. Back on his feet now, Maguire. It's Havertz. Could be dangerous here to Gundogan. How about to Joshua Kimmich, who gets the ball from right to left onto the other flank now. With Rahm, it's well dispossessed though by Reece James, and it goes out to play for a throw-in to Germany. As the ball is going further back here for Germany. It's good pressing this from England. Declan Rice to try and press for England, and at the moment Germany is still enjoying much more, I think, of the possession than England are. Now the ball's out with Gundogan as Germany try and find some spaces here, but it's been well blocked there by Bellingham. Germany keep the ball in play though with David Rahm. Now it's Gundogan to Kimmich. Okay, Gundogan to Schlotterbeck. Now back to Gundogan. Gundogan been dispossessed there by Hoffman. Dyer couldn't quite keep it, and now this could be dangerous here. Kai Havertz with the heavy touch has been blocked away there by Eric Dyer, but not too far though, because now it's Kaiher on the ball here for Germany. Now back to Hoffman. Now back to Kaiher, and Raheem Sterling look to pull down Kaiher. Germany wants a penalty. Of course, we have VAR in operation here at Wembley. I'm sure they will check that. I wasn't quite sure. The ball's still in play, and England will play on. Referee did not give the penalty. It's Declan Rice now out on the left-hand side. Still running. There isn't much support there with him as Kane tries to run onto the ball. Declan Rice very frustrated there because he tried to create an opportunity, but there was not any runners with him. Raheem Sterling was out of position where he would normally be, is where Declan Rice was running into. I'm not quite sure if they have checked that on VAR, but I think it would have been checked by now. So unless it's going to be checked when the ball goes out of play, as the ball still hasn't come out of play since that penalty shout there for Germany. It's Muslera for Germany to Ilkay Gundogan. 30 minutes played. Still England 0, Germany 0. Now to Hoffman. Kimmich, Hoffman. Kaiher looking for the quick cross. It's been cleared by Maguire, and Sterling clears away too now. And that looks to be going out to play now for a throw-in. This is the penalty shout that Germany were beside themselves about. Looked to be a clear pull of the shirt there by Raheem Sterling. He was alongside of Kaiher there of Germany, but it doesn't look like the referee's going to give a penalty for that. It did go down a little bit easily there, but you always run the risk when you're pulling opposition's shirt inside the box. England may be a tad fortunate on that one. As Slotterbeck now at the back for Germany. Now to Kaiher. To Kimmich. Now Germany enjoying once again. Bit of a spell of possession here. That was a loose ball there by Gundogan, and Reece James can collect away. He's got it back to his goalkeeper Nick Pope, who's cleared away. And to find Foden. Couldn't quite find him, but now the ball's back with Reece James to now back with John Stones. Eric Dyer. And then trying to pass it out the back themselves. Try and keep in possession now with Jude Bellingham. It ends up going back to Nick Pope, and he's cleared away. He's got two up there with him. It's Kane who splits it on, looking for Sterling. Headed away, but Kane's still trying to cause some danger here for England. But Germany have managed to clear their lines very well, and that's kind of summed up England going forward, apart from a couple minute spells here and there. Germany looking to really open up now. It's Sane to Muslera. Now Rosen with the cross, headed away there by Dyer. Still danger here for England. Joshua Kimmich just outside the box here for Germany. He cut inside, looking for the flick on. Oh, it was just missed out there by Jamal Muslera, who was looking to try and head it back into a dangerous area. Just could not quite couldn't quite reach the German international, and it's gone out to play for an England goal kick. We've certainly seen a little bit of an improvement here for England. It's in patches, but it's a certain improvement from the Italy game. Still not quite the standard that Gareth Southgate would want in the World Cup, but of course different circumstances. We're not quite at the World Cup just yet. Final match for both teams before they head out to Qatar in 2 months' time. Which of course will be the first Premier League winter break because of the World Cup as well. Won't be exactly a winter break for the players, but Germany have Reece James has been intercepted here. But John Stones has managed to cover him very well now as England look to try and counter-attack themselves out now with Phil Foden looking to find Raheem Sterling in acres of space. It's just too far for him, and it's ter Stegen that's comfortably in the end caught onto the ball. And that's kind of summed up the half of both sides, as it looks like Germany have kicked the ball out of play here. It looks like we have looks to be John Stones who's come down there for England. He's come down off the ball. Germany have kicked the ball out of play. We'll see what happens here with John Stones. Oh, it looks like he's holding his hamstring off the ball. Just coming back from an injury himself. He wasn't quite ready to start the game against Italy. And he's returned tonight in this match against Germany. He's held his hamstring straight away off the ball. He's getting some treatment here, head in his hands. which would be a big blow for England if John Stones. Hopefully, this is not too serious. But with the World Cup only in 2 months' time, and of course, his future for Manchester City as well, it'd be a big blow for Manchester City and, of course, England. He's really got his head in his hands. I think that kind of tells you everything you need to know. And it looks like it'll be his Manchester City teammate in Kyle Walker readying to come on for England in what will be a big, big blow for England's World Cup preparations. It's John Stones that looks like he'll be coming off. It looks like a hamstring injury. He looks absolutely gutted. For 2 months of the World Cup, you can totally understand just why he's so gutted there. And he's managed to get back on his feet, which is good. He's hobbling off the pitch, and it looks like England will be forced to make their first substitution 9 minutes before the end of the first half. And it is Kyle Walker, confirmation that substitution. John Stones off with an injury. Looked to be holding his hamstring. Looks to be going straight down the tunnel as well. And it'll be Kyle Walker to take his place in that back three. That is bad news there for John Stones, as it'll be Kyle Walker ready to come on for England. As he comes on now, England with the throw-in. As they're throwing it back to Stegen there, Harry Kane. As of course Germany kicks it back. Kick the ball out of play to allow John Stones to get treatment. To continue to get underway. Now England forced to make their first substitution with John Stones coming off an injury. Looked to be held in his hamstring. Running completely off the ball. Held it straight away. It did not look. When the player does that, it's never a good sign. Hopefully, it's not too serious. But the way he was expressing his discomfort didn't look good for England. Just Germany continue to play now. Bellingham dispossesses Leroy Sané. And now the ball is back out now with Bellingham from a 1-2. Now it's Raheem Sterling. England trying to finish the half strong now. It's got Luke Shaw on the overlap here, Sterling. Luke Shaw with the cross. It's been cleared away by Cahill. He's had a good game for Germany. It's out of play for a third England corner of the game. England now with the corner. Phil Foden with the cross. Headed away by Harry Maguire. Headed towards goal by Harry Maguire, but it's just over the bar. Now England back on the ball with Kyle Walker, of course, just come on. Now Declan Rice. How about with Eric Dyer? Now to Maguire. Looking to find on the other side there, Reece James. Bellingham. Another player that's really expressed himself going into the German league, the Bundesliga, and really ripped it apart there for Borussia Dortmund. And he's really earned his spot here in this England side, the young 19-year-old. But he definitely doesn't play like he's 19, Jude Bellingham. Very mature for his age. And England just lose the ball there with Phil Foden. Germany back on the ball now with David Raum. Not got many options there, Raum. Been forced to go backwards there a little bit there. David Raum, and now it's Ilkay Gundogan. Game's really lacked a little bit of quality so far, of course. Both sides missing key players as well. The players still to come on for England. Of course, I've mentioned Ivan Toney that can come on to make an impact. Bukayo Saka was named England's Player of the Year. He was on the bench this evening. The likes of Mason Mount, potentially. Tammy Abraham, who's had a brilliant season out in Rome, in the Serie A. Particularly last season, scoring over 20 goals for the Italian side. He won the Europa Conference League last season. with Jose Mourinho's Roma. Now it's Declan Rice to Eric Dyer. It's Bellingham was caught out there, but the referee has seen a foul on Bellingham. He looked to be shrugged off there a little bit. He's now holding his chest, but he doesn't seem to be in too much discomfort. It looks like he will be coming back on. Sorry, he looks like he'll be coming back up onto his feet. Free kick's been taken quickly. It's out to Luke Shaw. Now back out to Raheem Sterling in more of attacking positions. Cuts inside, looks for the free kick, not been given by the referee. Luke Shaw wins the ball back. Anyway, for England, Foden with the heavy touch, and it's just not really glued for England so far. Germany now look to counter-attack themselves now with Muslera. Muslera here, back to Ilkay Gundogan with around 4 minutes to go till the half-time whistle. It's Kai Havertz who's now playing more out wide at the moment. It's the Chelsea normally midfielder, but he's playing as centre forward today here for Germany. It's Muslera to Gundogan. That ball looks to be too far for Hoffman. It's like Luke Shaw has that covered, but he cannot quite keep it in play, and it will be a throw-in to Germany. For some of these defenders, particularly for England, Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire, not playing regularly for their club side, Manchester United, preferred to other players. So definitely the match sharpness doesn't seem to be there, particularly there for Luke Shaw in that state of play. There's going to be danger here for England. It's Joshua Kimmich out on the right hand side. It's crossed. It's been well blocked there by Eric Dyer, and it's out of play for a throw-in to Germany. Right, Jonas Hoffman with the throw. It's Hoffman to Schlotterbeck. Now back to Gundogan. Schlotterbeck comes back on the ball now for Germany to get that ball back out right now to Hoffman. Crossing position this. It's got to be perfect. Walker's headed it back to his goalkeeper. That's where his experience becomes crucial for England. And that's confirmation still out in Hungary. It is Hungary 0, Italy 1. And as it stands, they will win Group 3 of the Nations League. But that is, of course, this group. England already relegated, of course, from the Nations League. In hindsight, they're playing for pride, but with it being the last game before the World Cup, momentum could mean everything, and it would be nice, of course, to beat Germany before going out to Qatar for the World Cup. And the same thing kind of goes for Germany, who haven't had the best of campaigns either. Jude Bellingham thought he was fouled, but Germany will play on, as they could well look to try and capitalise with that there. And it's Hoffman. There's heavy touch, and it's Maguire who's cleared away. He's got 90 seconds before the 45-minute mark. Now it's Sterling, back out to Kane. Kane looking for that 1-2 with Raheem Sterling. It's Raheem Sterling with the shot, and it's well caught there by Marc-Andre ter Stegen, and he's thrown it out very quickly as well to Hoffman. Now back out to Gundogan. Gundogan there to Jonas Hoffman. Now it's Slur to Joshua Kimmich. Kimmich. Germany have calmed the play down a little bit here. Still could be potential danger here for England. It's Ilkay Gundogan to Joshua Kimmich. Now back out to Hoffman. To Leroy Sané. We know how dangerous he can be as well. Leroy Sané looking for a little 1-2. It's been dispossessed though by England, and now it's back out with Bellingham to Phil Foden. Foden to Sterling. It's a little bit better now from Raheem Sterling. Couldn't quite find the ball. It was well defended there by Nicolas Slur as England continue possession though with Harry Kane. Just passed it back out to Luke Shaw with Harry Maguire. Now 2 minutes of injury time of this first half. Looking for that ball over the top to Harry Kane. Just keeps it in play, does Harry Kane? Oh, he doesn't. He's come off his shin there, Harry Kane, and then he's tried to flick it back onto his foot. But the ball too much momentum on the ball there, and it looked to go out to play there. Thought a throw in, as I mentioned, kind of sums up the half overall. It's not been the best of matches on the eye. Total attempts, though, England 4, Germany's 2. With England having 2 shots on target and Germany yet to have a shot on target themselves. And it's Dagan now with the goal kick back to David Rahm. Phil Foden looks to try and press the goalkeeper here. We've got a minute left until added into the injury time. As Germany, for all the possession they have yet to really create a real clear-cut chance. The only one I can think of is the Sane free kick, which directly hit the England wall. So they haven't really been that dangerous themselves, the Germans. I'll say that now. It's Joshua Kimmich. There's a bit of space here for Germany. Kai Her to Kimmich, who's just about retained possession there for Germany. Now out to Ilkay Gundogan. Now it's Jamal Musiala. And it's well defended by England. There are many numbers back there to defend inside their own penalty box. And now it's back out with Ilkay Gundogan to Joshua Kimmich, who's nearly played the full 47 minutes. And Joshua Kimmich there with a shot from distance. Hope did dive his bottom left, but didn't. We'll see just how close that was there by Kimmich. It wasn't too far off there, but it was wide of the post, and I have to say that's probably Germany's best chance of the half as we enter the additional time, or we've just played the additional time. It looks like this goal kick by Nick Pope will be the final play of this first half. Hasn't been the most entertaining of halves, but for England, still a lot to work on. And that is the half-time whistle. Referee blows, and the best chances of the match for this Nations League match has definitely come from Raheem Sterling. 2 clear-cut chances, and both times Marc-Andre ter Stegen has been the better of the England forwards, but hasn't exactly been impressive from an England standpoint. Germany haven't got all their possession yet to really test Nick Pope inside the England goal, but that is really all that's really happened. Really, Leroy Sané with the free kick was blocked to the wall, and that was probably the best chance the Germans had. And the bad news for England is that John Stones did come off in that first half, looked to be holding his hamstring, which does not look good, and potentially could well be out of the World Cup if it is serious, with it only being 2 months away. But England will be looking to do a lot more if they do want to win at least get one win under their belt in this Nations League campaign. But it's half-time here at Wembley. It's England 0, Germany 0, and confirmation of some other half-time scores. The other game in League A of the Nations League is Hungary versus Italy. That is 1-0 that is Hungary 0, Italy 1. As it stands, Italy will top Group 3 of the Nations League. England with 11 points. As it stands, Hungary would be second with 10 points. Germany third with 7 points. And of course, England already relegated, but as it stands, they will only finish this Nations League campaign with 3 points and bottom of their group. Other matches at halftime, it is Montenegro 0, Finland 0. Montenegro down to 10 men in that one. Romania 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. Gibraltar 0, Georgia 1, North Macedonia 0, Bulgaria 0. North Macedonia also down to 10 men in that one. San Marino 0, Estonia 1. Currently playing in the Irish Premier Division, it's Shamrock Rovers 1, UC Dublin 0. And we will just have a look at any potential internationals. It's Jordan 1, Oman 0. That's an international friendly. As well as France under 21s are currently facing Belgium under 21s. That's 0-0 at 38 minutes played. That looks to be all the confirmation of the half-time results. We will be back for the second half of England versus Germany. Thank you all for listening to the Commentary Hub. Of course, I'm your alternative commentator, Ryan Madden, and we will be back for the start of the second half momentarily. first haven't had many chances in this. Of that substitution, I wasn't quite sure. And it looks like they will be bringing on an out-and-out striker. It is Timo Werner, of course. We're back for the second half here at Wembley. It is, of course, England 0, Germany 0, and it looks like Germany right from the get-go, half-time substitution. They were lacking some cutting edge up front, and it looks like they will be bringing on an out-and-out striker. It is Timo Werner, of course, who returned to RB Leipzig in the summer after what was probably seen as a failed move to Chelsea. He's back in England and he's back at Wembley, returning here in England. He has come on for, it looks like, we're just going to get confirmation of that substitution. I wasn't quite sure who came off there for Germany, but we are underway here at Wembley for the second half. Half-time substitution. Timo Werner comes on for, just going to try and get some confirmation of the substitution. As I say that, Sterling now on the ball for England. He had probably the most dangerous player in an England shirt. Been dispossessed, and also referees giving the foul against Raheem Sterling. It was Jonas Hoffmann who came off for Germany, and it was Timo Werner on. So more of an out-and-out striker, but Werner's now he's lost the ball here, turned into for Germany. And England looking to start this second half well. They definitely are more on the front foot than they were in the first half. And for all the possessional play Germany did have, they really did lack a cutting edge in the final third. So they're bringing on Werner to see if he can add any quality in that final third. And England much more crisper in the passes here. They definitely must see an opportunity here. And a lovely ball over the top. Luke Shaw was in an offside position. It was a lovely ball there. I think that was by Eric Dyer, looking to get that ball out wide to Luke Shaw and then back through to Raheem Sterling. But Luke Shaw was flagged offside. So free kick to Germany. It looks like Havertz might be going out wide for Germany with Werner up front, potentially. And definitely more options here. Werner's now actually out wide, and he's got the ball in an attacking position here for Germany. He's probably got a point to prove out on this pitch now. This straight away, this might work out here for Germany, but it's blocked away and cleared by Jude Bellingham. And now Sterling looks to put the Jets on here for England. Now back out to Kane, who's passed the ball back out to Raheem Sterling. He's got Foden ahead of him as well. He slowed down the play here, looking to try and find Harry Kane once again, but he's actually decided to go a bit further back here, and it's back to Declan Rice. Jude Bellingham. More composure on the ball here for England in this second half than it was in the first. It was a good first half for England compared to the match on Friday, but still not really the intensity that I think Gareth Southgate would want from this England side, and they've definitely come out in the second half much more confident than they started the first. There's mentioned at half-time, England without a goal from open play in 9 hours of football, and they want to put that right here tonight. They've got the ball back once again now with Phil Foden. Foden looking for Jude Bellingham. Bellingham out wide now to Raheem Sterling. Sterling takes the shot. It's saved. It was well caught by ter Stegen. He had to keep on to that ball. Otherwise, Kane would have been ready for a follow-up. But once again, it's Raheem Sterling, the danger man for England. And it was well caught by Marc-Andre ter Stegen. He took his goal kick very quickly, and now Germany looking to get up the pitch themselves now with Leroy Sané. It's Sané for Germany. Now back out to Havertz. Now back to Sané. The game looks to be opened up a little bit more. They're looking to find Kaiher on that right-hand side now for Germany. It's Kaiher, the new West Ham defender they signed in the summer. from Paris Saint-Germain. Now it's Kimmich. A lot of players back here for England. It's Timo Werner. It's come off in the end. There was 4 flags up for offside from Timo Werner. It was a good defensive line there for England. And he was just about offside there. Well defended. Well, it was a very good line there for England. And Harry Maguire now, he's lost out straight away there to Muslera. He looks like he might well be giving away a penalty here. Oh, no, the referee has said no. He's lost the ball, and it looked like he had tripped. It looked like he might have tripped Muslera, but the referee has told him to get back up. As England continued to play, it was Muslera there who managed to latch on to Harry Maguire's missed pass there. And Maguire, there's definitely contact from Jamal Muslera. And I'll be very, very surprised if this is not looked at. You mentioned Harry Maguire under a hell of a lot of pressure in the build-up to this international break. The referee looks, and yet this is going to go to VAR. He's going to the monitor. And to me, I'd be very surprised if this is not given as a penalty. Referee is going to the monitor, which normally means one thing. Maguire in England could well be in trouble after a promising start. He's definitely caught Jamal Muslera there. No contact on the ball whatsoever. He's had a very quick look at this. Originally did not give the penalty, and now the penalty has been given to Germany. And Harry Maguire's nightmare season might well be continuing here. Heavily backed by Gareth Southgate. And he's given away the penalty here in front of a packed out 90,000 crowd here at Wembley. Germany haven't had many chances in this game. They might well get one. It was actually Maguire who lost the ball there to Muslera, and then he's gone to defend Muslera, and he's clearly fouled Muslera there as well. There's no ways around it. He's had a bit of a howler there, Harry Maguire, and Muslera was brought down. It was clear contact right in front of the referee. He didn't think it was a penalty. But he's obviously VAR has had a look at it, and he's overturned the decision of the referee, and Germany will have a penalty. And I'm not quite sure who's going to be taking it here. It's Ilkay Gundogan who's holding the ball here for Germany, the Manchester City midfielder. Not quite sure his record on penalties, but we know that Germans notoriously are good at taking penalties over the years. But it'll be Ilkay Gundogan against Nick Pope. It's Ilkay Gundogan, and it's a lovely penalty there, and it'll be Germany who take the lead at Wembley from the penalty spot. It's a dream start to this first part, to the second half for Germany, and England's Nations League campaign continues to be a nightmare. I don't think Nick Pope could do much about that. It was right in the corner, that penalty. It was very well slotted there by Ilkay Gundogan, the Manchester City midfielder. And that was the penalty position there. Maguire lost out, gave a loose ball away to the young prospect Jamal Muslera, who's tried to go past Maguire, and Maguire has clearly fouled Muslera there. Kicked his right foot, missed the ball completely, and that is a man, unfortunately, not really confident at the moment in his play. It's a shame to see because there's definitely a player in there in Harry Maguire, but was heavily backed by Gareth Southgate despite his poor form at club level, and maybe that decision might not be have been a wise one there, as you see heavily exposed there. But England looking to try and respond straight away now out with Jude Bellingham, now to Declan Rice. This could be promising for England. The cross comes in, and it's taking a touchdown now. England wants a penalty. They're shouting about a handball in the penalty area. This game's starting to really liven up now in this second half. And now free kick given against Reece James, and multiple England players were calling for the referee that was a handball. We're going to have a look at the replay here. There's no handball in there at all. Actually, they were thinking it was a handball on David Raum, but it's come off his head. That's actually his second goal in this Nations League campaign, Ilkay Gundogan. And his 15th goal for his club on his 62nd appearance for Germany. 62nd, sorry, appearance for Germany. He's won the ball back as well now for Germany. They look to try and open up the England defence once again. Werner's lost the ball though to Reece James as England want to try and respond to going 1-0 down in this Nations League match. Nick Pope clears away. Now it's Kai Havertz who he's looking for that ball over the top to Werner, but it's gone straight through to Nick Pope, who, apart from the penalty, hasn't really had a lot to do in that England goal. And to be honest, I don't think he could have really done much about the penalty. It was a well taken strike. As England now look to try and get back into this game. Now with Sterling to Luke Shaw out on the left-hand side for England. 54 minutes played. England 0, Germany 1. Ball's now with Declan Rice. Back to Raheem Sterling. Back to Harry Maguire. He's got the ball back. It's a good ball actually to Reece James. Back now onto the right-hand side. Now it's out to Bellingham. Oh, it's over the bar for the 19-year-old Jude Bellingham, who went for goal. It was ambitious. You can understand him going for goal from there. Had acres of space too, but it's risen and risen and risen. That shot there. His head's in his hands there, Jude Bellingham. But it's good pressing play this by England as they get the ball back once again from a Germany goal kick. It's now Jude Bellingham under a lot of pressure here, Bellingham, but he's got the ball back to Maguire, to Declan Rice out on his left-hand side. Look to his slips there. So, there was some contact, and the referee's given the free kick to England. So it was Danny Makeli who didn't think it was a penalty there to Germany initially, but it was Paul Han Boker. The VAR officials told him to have a look at it. He's looked at the screen and has overturned his decision, and that's how the penalty was given. But it's going to be a free kick in a more crossing position, not far from the corner flag. This set piece scenario for England. A lot of players up there trying to get back into this match after going a goal down. Reece James now with the cross. It's punched away by ter Stegen. And it's cleared away by Phil Foden, who's was under a lot of pressure there to not lose possession. Got it back to Nick Pope. But not really the best of set-piece chances there. And for all England's decent chances in that first half, been punished there from a penalty. And now Reece James out once again on this right-hand side, looking to make stuff happen. It's been cleared away by David Raum, and it's another corner. You have to feel like Germany will be under a lot of pressure. Just over half an hour play to try and keep England at bay, and they certainly will not want to lose their final game in preparation for the World Cup at Wembley to their fiercest rivals, Germany. It'll be Foden over the free kick for England. It's taken short, come all the way through, and now Bellingham with the strike. And it's wide of the post once again from Jude Bellingham, who probably out there tonight has probably been one of England's best players, as well as Raheem Sterling. It was flicked away from a German defender. Maguire was looking to try and get on his head onto it, but I think he was in an offside position anyway. But it's wide of the post once again for Jude Bellingham. England certainly do have options off the bench, as I mentioned. The goal kick's taken here for ter Stegen. Now it's gone all the way back through to Nick Pope. To Dyer. So real flat England atmosphere at the moment, of course. About to go in over 9 hours of football from open play. Did go a goal down in Germany. It was a Harry Kane penalty that equalised with 5 minutes to go in the Nations League. That's the only time England have scored in this Nations League campaign. That was a Harry Kane penalty from the spot. There was a Germany penalty tonight at Wembley that broke the deadlock in this game. As at the moment, on Rice has rushed out there to Timo Werner. It's a 3-against-1 situation. It's Werner. Couldn't quite find Kai Havertz, and what a chance that was. Walker slipped as well, so it was a 3-against-1. in favour of Germany. Werner couldn't quite find Havertz, and if he did find him, you'd have to feel like Germany could have well been 2 up here at Wembley, as they're still on the ball now is Germany, and it's Leroy Sané on the ball now to Joshua Kimmich. You have to say, for us how good Germany are, this hasn't really been the best of Germany's performances, but they find themselves in a very good position here at Wembley. It's Ilkay Gundogan back on the ball, the man who did slot home from the penalty spot here for the visitors. He's on the ball once again now. He's got it back to Joshua Kimmich. Many players back here for England. You have to feel Gareth Southgate will definitely look at his bench very soon. You have to feel a little 1-2 played here. England could well be in trouble with the strike, and it's just wide of the post. I think that was Sloterdijk there, the German centre half there, having a shot from distance. It's a lovely bit of build-up play between him and Sané, and he's taken the shot. Was allowed to take that shot away, but it was wide of the post. It was poor defending, really, from an England perspective. England having it all to do. They've lost that once again. Now Luke Shaw with the loose ball, straight to Ilkay Gundogan once again, and Maguire's cleared away this time. Ball back out with Sterling, shrugged off by David Raum once again, and Germany continued their positional play. It looks like we'll be getting a couple of substitutions here. Bukayo Saka and Mason Mount ready to come on very soon. Germany continue to play out from the back. England struggling to get hold of the ball at the moment. Was today's player of the match sponsor on the hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JB Sports and Storm FM. That is, of course, the player of the match sponsor for the hub is Commentary Services, of course. We'd like to thank them for being our player of the match sponsor, as well as Germany now. Lovely bit of feet there from Jamal Muslera. Looks to play through Timo Werner. England in trouble, but Timo Werner well wide off the mark there for Germany. Clear-cut opportunity there, and it was the youngster once again, Jamal Muslera. Slide past 1, slide past 2, play through a beautiful ball to Timo Werner. It was quite an awkward angle for him, but it's gone wide of the post. There's another scare there for England. You're just seeing, even though Werner's not really been taking these chances, just having an out-and-out striker for them in this second half has definitely improved their overall play from the first half. England trying to press now this German back line. 19-year-old Jamal Muslera has definitely been a highlight for Germany in this game. Could have played for England, of course, played in the under-21 setup for England, decided and opted to play for the German national team from his this time it's Nicolas Soir, who's fouled just before the half, who's fouled Declan Rice just on the halfway mark, and it's an opportunity for England to bring on a couple of substitutions. It looks like Arsenal's Bukayo Saka, Chelsea's Mason Mount. Okay, there's not making the substitution just yet. It's a free kick that's been taken quickly for England. They haven't quite made those subs just yet. Maguire from left to right. He's looking for Reece James. It's James. Very static out there for England at the moment. Now to Declan Rice. To Kyle Walker. Now back to Declan Rice. To Reece James. As it stands, just to get an update on the group, Italy have doubled their lead out in Hungary, and that was a goal by Federico Di Marco. And Pope could be in trouble here as well for England. The defender didn't know whether he was coming or going, but Pope's actually got it back to Phil Foden, all from a bit of madness there. Foden now on his heavy touch from Sterling, and Germany have got the ball once again. Well dispossessed here by Declan Rice. I'll get back to that Italy-Hungary update in just a moment. Now back with Reece James. James to Kyle Walker. Not really much movement going forward for England. It's a long pass out on the left-hand side to Luke Shaw. He's been forced to pass it back once again to Eric Dyer. He's looking for that ball over the top. Looking to find the lovely ball actually to Reece James on this right-hand side for England. It's been that's just too far for Jude Bellingham. England still in possession now with Walker to Harry Kane. Now back out to Reece James. This is an interesting opportunity. Crosses in and headed away by Nicholas Sula. And England have a corner with around 25 minutes to go. England 0, Germany 1. As I said, England now with the corner. I will get an update on the current standings in this Nations League group. England, of course, already relegated, but they're looking to try and not finish this campaign without a win. Foden with the cross. Harry Kane with the header. Sorry, no, it was Eric Dyer well wide of the mark in the end for Dyer. And then chance for England to make these substitutions now. Looks like it will be Phil Foden coming off for Bukayo Saka and Raheem Sterling coming off for Mason Mount. So a change in the flanks for England. Not really much of a change in shape. I mean, Saka gets an opportunity further forward. Played at left wing back on Friday. We know how good he can be further forward. So Mason Mount comes on. Raheem Sterling, his Chelsea teammate, and Bukayo Saka comes on for Phil Foden. The goal kick now for Germany. Eric Dyer clatters into Kai Havertz there to make sure there's no real danger there. But it was Federico DiMarco, who has doubled Italy's lead out of Hungary. It looks like Germany will be making a couple of substitutions very soon themselves. So as it stands, Italy will win the group with 11 points. Hungary with 10 points in second, Germany with 9 points in third, and England with 2 points in fourth as it stands. Declan Rice been dispossessed there by Muslera. I mentioned had a fantastic game so far in this one, especially the second half. Ball's now out with Timo Werner. He's got Kai Havertz up there with him. It's Timo Werner here for Germany. And now from strike from distance, what a finish! And Germany have doubled their lead. It's Kai Havertz, the Chelsea man. It was Timo Werner to Kai Havertz outside of the box. And this goal looks to have put Germany out of sight. A delightful finish onto his right foot, it looked like. And England are chasing shadows out there at the moment. A fantastic finish from outside the box. Nightmare for England. But dream stuff of dreams here for Germany. We'll look at this once again. It was actually dispossessed there, I think, by Declan Rice. And it was Germany that decided to play through the counter-attack. It was good play by Timo Werner out on the left-hand side. It was Werner to pass it through to Havertz, who's not got anyone on him whatsoever. And he's just tucked it away. Top right finish. Nick Pope, absolutely no chance. But there was no pressure at all from any of the England defenders for that ball. Eric Dyer tried to head it away. Couldn't quite get there. But pinpoint accuracy there from Kai Havertz. Hasn't exactly started the season well for his club, but has got quite a very good record indeed for Germany, and he's doubled Germany's lead in what has been a shell-shocking performance in this second half. After it was a promising performance from the first half from England. Germany have scored themselves 2 goals in under 22 minutes and have got themselves a double substitution now with David Raum coming off for Gosens and a familiar man Serge Gnabry coming on for Leroy Sané. But Germany now 2 goals to the good here at Wembley. And Kai Havertz, the scorer at Wembley. And England just caught out on the counter-attack there after really trying to press to get themselves back into this game. They've really been caught on the counter-attack here. And Gareth Southgate said judge him on the World Cup, but it's definitely not been the best of preparations for the England manager. And that was Kai Havertz's 9th goal for Germany as well. Ball's come out loose now though to Jude Bellingham, who needs to go for goal. And once again, Marc-Andre ter Stegen comfortable. Every save he's made. Okay, he made a very decent stop from Raheem Sterling in the first half, but other than that, every shot really has been straight at the German and Barcelona shot stopper. It's been quite comfortable for him out there in the German goal. It's been a disappointing half of football here for England, and with the likes of Serge Gnabry coming on, another man that can cause England problems. Even Robin Gosens coming on as well for Germany. There was a substitution there. Saka looking to try and press for England. The supporters have certainly turned flat after that. Any sort of hope England had seemed to be wiped away, and Germany now really starting to play with a bit of confidence. England now back on the ball with Eric Dyer. Now back with Nick Pope. Now Mason Mount for England. One of the substitutes was put on just before the Germany goal. Mason Mount to try and give England a bit of hope. Cross comes in, looking for Harry Kane. It's been blocked away by Schlotterbeck for Germany. Got around 17 minutes played. It is England 0, Germany 2. England hit with 2 sucker punches, one from the penalty spot from Ilkay Gundogan, and an absolute fantastic finish by Kai Havertz. Again, the defending was left little to be desired. Wasn't exactly closed down there, Kai Havertz, but full credit for the finish as well from the Germans and Chelsea forward there. Kai Havertz was a delightful finish, played through by his former Chelsea teammate as well, Timo Werner, who, despite missing a couple of chances, I think has been pivotal in the second half for Germany. He's really provided that outball going forward for Germany, which they didn't have in the first half. It was quite lackluster going forward. Only 2 shots and 0 on target in that first half for Germany, and then they scored 2 goals in the opening 25 minutes of the second. But I think to get back in this game, they need to really score about now. Reece James with the cross, and now it's Dyer with Acre to space. Is it off the line? Is it in? It is. Sorry, that wasn't Eric Dyer. It was Luke Shaw. Flag's going to be up for... Oh, it's not, sorry. England have scored. And England are back in this contest. I do apologise. I thought it was Eric Dyer. Luke Shaw with the goal for England out of nothing really there. The ball was cleared off the line. Going to have a look at this here. Shaw with acres of space. It was cleared off the line by Nicholas Schlaw. But the goal line technology gave it as a goal. It went through to Stegen's legs. And with just under 20 minutes to go, we have a game on. England scored their first goal from open play in the Nations League, and it's come from Luke Shaw, the man who scored the goal, the opening goal in the Euro 2020 final, has scored once again here at Wembley for England, and it's now England 1, Germany 2, and from what looked like it was going to be a disastrous result here for England, they've got 19 minutes left to savour this contest. And they look to try and get right back right from the kickoff there, but the ball's actually hit Saka on the arm, and it's going to be a free kick to Germany right from their kickoff. But Luke Shaw providing a little bit of hope here for England fans. It was Jude Bellingham in the build-up to this goal. It was about out to Reece James on the right-hand side, who delivered a beautiful cross in. Went all the way through. Luke Shaw, acres of space, takes the finish. He kind of fluffed his lines a little bit with it, but it's ended up, wasn't the most cleanest of chances. It's actually come off ter Stegen. As I mentioned, Nicholas Silva tried to clear it off the line, but it's clearly gone over the line. And England found themselves a breakthrough. And it looks like now Joshua Kimmich is down for Germany, which will be a big blow for them as well if he's out for a long while. He's Germany's captain tonight, of course. Normally, I think it's normally Manuel Neuer, but missing in this international break due to illness, pulled out of the squad. Chance for Gareth Southgate to tweet to his players what you have to think is a big last 17 minutes. Of course, the Nations League, many people watching or listening, I should say, to this alternative commentary, might not see the Nations League as very important, but you still want to get positive results on the... you still want to get positive results in preparation for the World Cup. And certainly the second half has been a hell of a lot more competitive game of football than the first half, provided really by, it all started with the mistake from Harry Maguire, giving away the penalty. from the foul on Jamal Musiala, and Gundogan slotted home. Kai Havertz with a fantastic finish to make it 2. But around 5 minutes later, it's Luke Shaw who's put this game back in hope, gives England fans hope for the rest of this game. And now it's Bukayo Saka on the ball now for England. Still Saka, slice pass, one time, 2, the finish! What a finish it is from Mason Mount! And it's the two subs to combine, and England within 5 minutes have put this game back level. It's England 2, Germany 2, and that all came from the two substitutes, Bukayo Saka and then Mason Mount with the finish from long range. Rifles it home, and England fans are electric again. Saka to Mason Mount just inside the box, and from look like was gonna England have come out of the gutters here, and they have dug deep, and they are back on level terms. It's Desmond, is England 2, Germany 2. An incredible last 5 minutes. I'm not quite sure where England have got this from, but they are back on level terms on this contest. It's England 2, Germany 2. And they're really pushing on now to try and win this game. And they've got 15 minutes to do it. Gareth Southgate looks more of a relieved man out on the sidelines there, because 5 minutes ago, his team were 2-0 down. And 2 strikes as quick as lightning. Luke Shaw, a bit more of a simple finish, but Mason Mount, quality finish there. Brilliant play by the other substitute, Bukayo Saka. You've got to give Southgate credit, I guess, for the 2 substitutes, both combining for the goal. That's what Bukayo Saka can do in more of a forward play there for England. Saka, and full credit as well to Mason Mount with the finish as well, to put England back on level terms in this Nations League game. It's England 2, Germany 2, and we've still got 15 minutes to go. As the England fans start to really cheer on the team now, this is the fight and the belief that they wanted to see from this England team. 2-0 down. You could argue this is actually a quite good test for England, being 2-0 down against a competitive side like Germany. They might not be the German team of the past, but still got some dangerous players out there like Kai Havertz and Serge Gnabry, Leroy Sané in that first half as well. Ilkay Gundogan, they've all mentioned them. But England have dug deep, and they've got 2 goals within the last 5 minutes. They controlled the first half, but just couldn't take any chances that came their way. Gareth Southgate rolled the dice, to be fair, and bring on Mount and Saka. They both combined for the equaliser. And now Kane up forward for England as England try and push on to perhaps win this game now. It's Reece James back to Harry Kane. It's been blocked by Gnabry, and suddenly the game's been turned on its head. Suddenly now it's England that are pressing on to get another goal, and it's Germany well on the back foot. That goal from Luke Shaw certainly did change the dynamic of this game. And what a turnaround it could be if England can pull this off now. It's Declan Rice to Luke Shaw out on the left flank. A lot more confidence out there from an England perspective. Been blocked off, and now Germany looks to try and counter-attack. Well defended by Bellingham, and the ball continues here for England. Maguire just loses out there to Gosens, but right on the follow-up is Mason Mount to make sure Germany cannot continue their play, and it's out of play for a throw-in. Much better play this from England. England 2, Germany 2. You're listening to the Commentary Hub. I am your alternative commentator, Ryan Madden. And from did look like a little bit of a lackluster game of football around half an hour ago, has been a thoroughly entertaining 40 minutes, like the last 35 minutes of this game has been quite incredible. Brilliant block there from Mason Mount to deny Ilkay Gundogan the counter-attack. Declan Rice looks to be limping slightly. And the England fans tuning up the band as well. They're fully behind their team now. And with not scoring a single goal from open play inside 9 hours, they've scored 2 in the last 5 minutes. And it's the ever-present Thomas Müller now coming on for Germany. Very experienced player. It's Jamal Musiala, who I mentioned earlier, had a very decent game, won the penalty for Germany. He's come off, though, and it's the experience of Thomas Müller coming on for Germany. Dyer slipped, and Müller couldn't quite capitalise. Bellingham wins the ball back for England. Jude Bellingham, lovely play by him. Now back to Harry Kane. Kane out to Saka. Saka to Reece James. Is England trying to create an overload here now? It's Reece James. Now back to Bellingham. Luke Shaw, crossing position. His body's up there for England. Declan Rice. Back to Mount. To Luke Shaw. It's Shaw. Still Luke Shaw for England. Now back to Bellingham. Back out to Reece James. He's in the box here. Reece James goes for the cross. Look for Harry Kane. He's been headed away. Now back out to Mount. Bellingham. Rice. Shaw. Now back to Declan Rice. He looks to get it back out wide to Reece James. To Bukayo Saka. Saka looking for the 1-2. Couldn't quite find Mason Mount. He looked to be caught there, Mason Mount. No, sorry, Jude Bellingham. He's in a lot of discomfort here. England still on the ball and they decide to play on. He's staying down, Jude Bellingham. Still playing here. He's in a hell of a lot of playing there, the 19-year-old midfielder for Borussia Dortmund, and really playing well for England at the moment. It's Jude Bellingham. Reece James. As England continue to play on, I think Bellingham has come back to his feet now. And as England continue their break now, it's been quite a few passes in this build-up now. Kane back to Shaw. Shaw to Walker. Now to Bellingham. James. Bukayo Saka. Now to Jude Bellingham, who's clearly back on his feet. He's got the ball now. Now back to Saka. Saka. Kane. Harry Kane! Oh, he's just hit the side netting. And it's going to be a corner. It was a deflection from the shot from Harry Kane. Expecting to hit the target, but it was actually well defended, I think, there by Nicholas Luer. Bukayo Saka was the man who tried to play him in. And you just see in there Bellingham caught with the studs up there from Slotterbeck. And for me, if the referee was to have a replay and look at that, certainly looks like that could well be a penalty. And we do have a VAR check. I mentioned Jude Bellingham was down, the studs were showing, and the studs were up on Slotterbeck. And we're going to have another VAR check here with 9 minutes to go. It looks like this is certainly going to be a penalty for England. The referee did not see it, but now he's going to have another look to give yet another penalty potentially in this game. You can see here it was Slotterbeck with the slugs up there on Jude Bellingham. It put him in quite discomfort for quite some time. You're seeing there the studs were showing, the studs on the shin. The referee, I think, is going to have another look at this and potentially might even send off the German defender. Referee blows his whistle and gives penalty to England. It's a penalty from a foul from Nico Slotterbeck on Jude Bellingham, and this game looked to be turned on his head in the last 10 minutes, and it looks like the red card might well be out as well for Nico. Oh, no, sorry. I thought it was the red card that was out, but it is the yellow card given to the German defender. And I'm not quite sure what's happened to Germany in the last 10 minutes, whether you can call it a collapse or whether you call it an inspirational comeback from England. Either way, Harry Kane, just like he did in Germany, that time was an equaliser on against Germany in the away fixture in the Nations League. Harry Kane, for England, had a chance to win the game with 8 minutes to go. You have to say 15 minutes ago, this did not look like a possible scenario for England whatsoever, but it's Harry Kane who scored 50 goals for England. He's looking to get his 51st here from the penalty spot, and it's Harry Kane up against Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Kane versus ter Stegen. Kane put England in front for the first time in this game. Steps up for the penalty and scores. Brilliant penalty there from England's talisman and captain Harry Kane. Puts England in front for the first time. 2-0 down 15 to 20 minutes ago. And England have turned it around at Wembley. A rampant Wembley 90,000 capacity crowd has seen an inspirational comeback from this England team that looked dead and buried 15 minutes ago. 3 goals in 15 minutes, an incredible comeback for this England side, and it's the captain once again with his 51st goal for his country. Puts England 3-2 up in this Nations League game, and sure, it looks like they might be getting relegated in this Nations League group. But this momentum going into a World Cup would give Gareth Southgate wonders, and a lot of doubters for Gareth Southgate might well be hushed after this performance, particularly in the second half, because it looked like for quite a while Germany, in the first 15 minutes, England looked absolutely shell-shocked. 2 goals conceded, and it's been turned around from an inspired performance here by England in their second half. First, it was Luke Shaw, Mason Mount with an absolute brilliant strike to make it 2-2, and now Germany are the ones that look shell-shocked. England got themselves a penalty, just like Germany did at the start of the second half. There was another penalty given by VAR, and that's what VAR should be is for. Both times were clear penalties. The referee probably should have seen. The second half maybe was a bit harder to see from a referee's perspective, but both clear penalties. And Harry Kane has slotted home his 51 for his country, 51st for his country. And England are 3-2 up in this Nations League game. It doesn't change much in terms of the group, but in terms of morale, it will certainly do them wonders with the World Cup coming up. And England now want to continue their good fortune now with Mason Mount, who's really made an impact for England. Another Chelsea player who hasn't exactly started very well for his club, but always seems to be reliable for his country, Mason Mount. We've seen 5 goals, and what a story this is for England. 2 goals down at Wembley to Germany. They've managed to get themselves, they've dug deep, and they've full credit to England. They've come back in this game, but the stain still is not over, and Germany certainly have players to punish England if England do get a bit lackadaisical in these last 5 minutes or so. But quite incredible, England without a goal in 9 hours of football from open play. They score 2 in 10 minutes, and then they get themselves a penalty that looks to be the winner. They've got the ball back now here with Harry Kane. They've got Saka ahead of him as well. It's Harry Kane. Harry Kane with the cross. Looks to just stay in play. Saka's going to try and keep that in play. But the ball is out of play for a throw-in to Germany. And once again, a reminder, you can follow us at the Commentary Hurry Up on Twitter. Our Twitter page is at Commentary Live 1 on Twitter, so make sure you stay followed to our Twitter account. And Germany now still on the ball now with Gosens. It's now Serge Gnabry. Shot from distance. Gnabry is saved, and it's 3-3. Kai Havertz has scored for Germany. And just as England thought they got their first win in the Nations League, Gnabry's shot was parried away by Nick Pope. You probably should argue should have really caught that for England. And all of a sudden, I mentioned England can't be lackadaisical in this one. It was Gosens who won the ball off Reece James. Lovely little 1-2 play. Gnabry with a shot. And Nick Pope arguably probably should have caught that ball, but he just couldn't quite keep ahead of it. And Kai Havertz has pounced on the ricochet from Nick Pope, and it's gone from ecstasy to agony for England as Germany have levelled things up at Wembley. It's England 3, Germany 3, and what has been quite an incredible second half of football here at Wembley. England thought they had their first win in the bag, but it's 3-3, and England now back up the pitch once again. Now with Luke Shaw to Bellingham, trying to get past through the defence, but it's well blocked now by Germany. Kai Havertz, who now is on a hat-trick, by the way, for Germany, has won his team the free kick with around 2 minutes to go. And just as I was trying to get my player of the match in order, Kai Havertz might well have maybe changed my mind. We'll still wait a couple minutes to try and figure out our player of the match. Gives me an opportunity to remind today's player of the match sponsor on the hub is sponsored by Commentary Services, and Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcast partners for this season, JB Sports and Storm FM. In what's been quite an incredible half of football here at Wembley. 6 goals in this second half alone. England 3, Germany 3. And it's definitely been an entertaining half of football. in the second half of the capacity crowd here at Wembley. And Germany now look to try and push up the field to potentially win it. It's Gosens with the cross. It's headed away by Maguire. Now back to Timo Werner. Werner to Ilkay Gundogan. Now Müller to Gundogan. And now it's the German fans you can hear at Wembley really making their voices heard here to try and push their team to get back to be back in front in this game, which I didn't think I would be saying 5 minutes ago. But that's just football for you if you don't close out a game. But I say close out a game. England came from 2 goals down to get back to win 3, to get back to 3-2. And now it's 3-3 and Havertz. And it's still not out for England. Bellingham now on the ball. Back out with Kane. And now it's back out with Saka, who's got the freedom of the Wembley pitch here. He's got on the counter-attack. It's Bukayo Saka. Saka to win it. And it's a well-taken save from Marc-Andre ter Stegen. A lot of the defenders were coming back there for Germany, but it was Kane that flicked onto Saka. A lot of Germany players overcommitted there, and Saka had the freedom of the right-hand side. It was a tricky shot from that range inside the box there. Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Crucial touch on that, because I think that might have been heading in the back of the net. It's a corner to England. They'll be heading to injury time here. Saka's absolutely gutted. He thought he could have well have won it there for England. And it's Kai Havertz, the man who scored 2 in this first half, coming off for Bella Kotchap, a centre-half, who's actually recent centre-half for Southampton, who's really impressed for Southampton, earning himself a Germany cap. I believe this will be his first ever time playing for Germany now in this final minutes in injury time. And it's Jude Bellingham now coming off for Jordan Henderson, the Liverpool captain, returning from his injury on the sidelines. He's coming on as well with injury time. But it's a corner to England. Not quite sure how much added time just yet. But it's a corner and we're into stoppage time. Corner, 6 minutes of added time. So we've still got plenty of time. The corner was came to nothing in the end. It was well caught actually by Marc-Andre ter Stegen. He took the goal kick all the way through to Serge Gnabry. And it was well defended and covered by Kyle Walker. If there's anyone that could probably match Serge Gnabry for pace, you'd probably put Kyle Walker up there for sure. But just as it looked like, I mean, England, you could argue, were the better side in that first half and didn't really capitalise on their chances. Germany, overall, have had 3 shots on target and 3 goals in this game, which kind of tells you everything you need to know, really. As it stands, also, Italy are still 2-0 winners, are still 2-0 up at Hungary. They're into added time. It looks like they'll be winning the group as it stands in this Nations League group. England, as it stands, will finish this Nations League campaign relegated and without a win. But it's definitely been a much more impactful performance with a really bad first 20-minute spell of the second half, which kind of cost them this match, really. Because the first half, as I mentioned, they actually looked quite comfortable. But when Timo Werner came on, it provided that focal point for Germany, and it just allowed them to play a little bit more and get further forward and have a lot more joy out there. And Kai Havertz as well has enjoyed himself with 2 goals out there for Germany, but they've got themselves out with a back 3 with Bella Kotchap coming on. And Germany now still got around 3.5 minutes of the injury time left still to play, and it's Germany that look to try and press forward now themselves to get themselves in front. And you've got to give Germany credit, of course. They were the shell shots for 15 minutes there. It would have been easy to put the head down and just not play for the last 15 minutes, but Kai Havertz was very much on hand there for what you could argue. Maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh, but for me, Nick Pope probably should have caught that ball, but it's ricocheted from the pace of the shot there from Serge Gnabry. And Kai Havertz, right place at the right time. It's where you want your forward, right in there for when there's a ricochet off a goalkeeper. He's tapped it home and he's made it 3-3, and it's silenced Wembley. But at the moment, Kane now looking to get back onto the ball. He's actually fouled the former Arsenal man there, Serge Gnabry, now formerly as Bayern Munich, of course. There's a lot to take as well, as I suppose, from the England comeback. It shows a lot of character in this England team, which we knew they do have. We saw that in the Euros last year. And it's Kyle Walker now out to Maguire, to Henderson, to Eric Dyer. 2 minutes left. Thank you all for listening to the Commentary Hub's alternative commentary with me, Ryan Madden. And looking for the flick on, it's now Saka to Henderson. Couldn't quite keep the ball there, England. They've got 90 seconds into injury time, and it looks like there's going to be a free kick now to Germany inside their own half. Confirmation, Italy have won the Group 3 Nations League group with 11 points. Hungary had a very impressive Nations League, you have to say, up against Italy, Germany, and England. Looked like they were going to be on course to top that group. But full credit, they've actually finished second. Italy march on to the finals of the Nations League after beating Hungary in Hungary by 2-0. And that were goals from Raspadori and Damacro have put Italy into the finals of the Nations League, whereas it stands, I believe the other two who have got into the finals of Croatia and the Netherlands. I'm not quite sure who the final spot will go to. As we are talking, we've got 30 seconds left to go. It is England 3, Germany 3. It's now out to Walker to Saka. You have to feel this will be final chance now for England. It's Saka to Jordan Henderson. Been ricocheted off now, and it could be a chance, and that's a penalty. It's a free kick given the other way, says the referee. Looks like Mason Mount was down, but it looks like he's given the foul against him, and it's going to be a free kick to Germany. 8 seconds left of this half. And that is the full-time whistle, still without a goal still without a win, and no win in this Nations League campaign for England. They've finished, of course, we knew that they were relegated from the group, but they showed a lot of character in that second half. My player of the match, as we try and decide who deserves player of the match, I suppose you've got to give it to, for me, the player of the match, sponsored by the commentary services. I'll give it to Kai Havertz. His 2 goals were pivotal for Germany in getting this point in the Nations League. And you have to say, after England's fantastic character, it could have gone to Jude Bellingham. It could have gone to even Mason Mount for his strike, and Jude Bellingham for his role in midfield. But I'm going to have to give it to a German player. And my player of the match this evening is Kai Havertz for his 2 goals. I mean, the first one was an absolute screamer. The second was a bit of a tackling, but that's where you want your attacking players. And they've come to Wembley a point in what was a very good, entertaining game for the neutral on 100%. But it has finished England 3, Germany 3 in both teams' preparations for the World Cup. They're both teams' final games before the World Cup. Confirmation: Italy have qualified into the Nations League finals after beating Hungary in Hungary by 2-0 with 11 points. They topped the group. Hungary with 10 points, Germany with 7, and England with 3 points. So just to confirm, my player of the match is Kai Havertz for his 2 goals in this one against England. And Germany got themselves in front thanks to a penalty taken by Okay Gundogan. And it was Kai Havertz that doubled the lead moments later, and it looked like England were well on course to another defeat in this Nations League. But it was Luke Shaw that tapped home to give them hope. Mason Mount with a rocket combined with Bukayo Saka, both substitutes, to equalise. And what looked certain to be the winner, it was a Harry Kane penalty with 8 minutes from time to put England from agony to ecstasy. But after a brilliant shot by substitute Serge Gnabry was saved, but not caught by Nick Pope. His save was rebounded by Kai Havertz to equalise for Germany, and what was a thoroughly entertaining half of football in this second half. It has finished here. England 3, Germany 3, and a reminder, today's player of the match, sponsored on the hub by the commentary services, is Kai Havertz, and commentary services would like to thank our broadcast partners for this season, JB Sports and Storm FM. And a reminder, you can, and a quick reminder, you can go to our Facebook page. That is facebook.com/the commentary hub for following our Facebook page, and at Commentary Live 1 on Twitter to follow us on Twitter. And that's going to wrap up things here. We're going to finish off this broadcast with some final scores confirmations. As I mentioned, Italy have won this Nations League group after beating Hungary in Hungary by 2-0. In the other groups, we have Montenegro 0, Finland 2, Romania 4, Bosnia and Herzegovina 1, Gibraltar 1, Georgia 2, North Macedonia 0, Bulgaria 1, and San Marino 0, Estonia 4. Thank you all for tuning into the commentary hub for this alternate commentary. I've been your alternative commentator, Ryan Madden. Thank you all for tuning in, and I hope to see you very soon. Thank you all. Take care, and goodbye.